In our last video, we visited the culturally rich attractions of Penang. Known as the food capital of Malaysia, a trip to Penang will not be complete without exploring its vibrant and diverse culinary scene. Join us as we take you on a mouth-watering journey to show you where and what to eat in Penang.
Just a short 5 minutes walk from our hotel, we found this food court called the Red Garden Food Paradise. It's a collection of a lot of local cuisine store and we are just spoiled for choices. We ended up ordering quite a lot of dishes. The first thing we bought is the mochi. What's special about this mochi is firstly it is pandan mochi, and then secondly it has fried spring onions at the top. Let me try. It's pretty soft, chewy. I don't really taste the pandan that well, but you can actually taste the spring onions on top. Pretty unique, but slightly expensive at $5.50 for a small plate.
I have ordered the oyster omelette, which is one of the signature dish in Penang. The difference between the oyster omelette in Penang from the others is that they are very crispy and chewy because they actually put some flour while making this dish. Let me try. Like what I expected is crispy outside and inside is chewy, and it has the egg taste plus the oyster is literally food paradise. Okay, next we have also ordered rojak. There's a lot of different versions of rojak. So for Penang rojak, usually they'll put a lot of fruit and nutmeg. It's green apple. I thought it's cucumber. Try the nutmeg. The nutmeg actually helps to add another layer of flavor. It's pretty good and healthy.
For my main course, I've ordered the Char Teow, and it's cost RM 950, which is comparable to Singapore prices. The special thing about this is that it is duck egg Char Teow. Let me have a taste. Smells really good. Pretty tasty. I was expecting at least some wok hei. It has a good amount of oil in it. It makes the Char Teow have a very nice slippery texture. Overall, it's pretty good, but I'm expecting like strong wok hei flavor, and it's not spicy also. This is our dessert. It is a crispy pancake. When I take it out of the bag just now, it is really very crispy. I can even feel it. So we ordered the brown sugar corn and peanut. You can see that they actually gave quite a lot of ingredient inside. And based on what Bonnie said, at the very end, there's a secret ingredient which is very thick butter to make it extra crispy.
You can actually add a lot of different combinations of the pancake. For example, we got the brown sugar, peanut and corn. You can also opt for peanut and corn only. You can mix and match until 4 combinations. Overall, this is quite a good pancake, very oily.
We are currently walking towards Air Itam. Air Itam is another place to visit while you're here in Penang. It has a wet market, several coffee shops, as well as a lot of stores that sells their local products. So if you are visiting Galaxy, on the way down, on the way up, you will pass by Air Itam and do visit it. It's very crowded, busy, and it has a lot of cars going through, so be careful while you're walking along the road.
We are now at the hawker shop of Air Itam, and I have ordered the Penang white curry mee. They give a spoonful of chili paste. We will need to stir it well before we eat it. They actually put quite a few cuttlefish and tau pork. Taste test is different from what we usually have in Johor Bahru. The cuttlefish is very chewy, so you can tell that the cuttlefish is very fresh.
I ordered the Char Teow again. Hopefully this is much better than what we had yesterday. This is slightly less oily, which is much better. We prefer less oily food. I don't think it has any wok hei. Maybe I'm expecting too much from a Char Teow. Pretty good, very flavorful, not really very saltish and not really very oily. So if you are here, do check them out. It's one of the, I would say, hawker center or coffee shop at Air Itam. But it's very busy, very noisy. Maybe that's the authentic Penang experience. And now, after our lunch, guess what are we going to have? We are right outside Bonnie's favorite confectionery. They sell various cakes and all sort of breads.
It's a very old school bakery, and I've been eating this bread since young.
We have bought a pandan kaya cake, my favorite. The packaging is actually quite nice. It rivals the one in Japan. You know, you can just split it out like an onigiri. Taste test. Not bad, but the thing is that this kaya portion is a little bit too hard. But overall, it's pretty good. So if you are ever here and you need an after meal dessert from having your lunch or dinner over there, you can come over here to buy this pandan cake. It sells a lot of other bread and pastries as well. So behind us is another one of Bonnie's favorite store. It sells chicken bun. So I shall taste and see whether it's good or not. So I have very high expectation of this because Bonnie's sister kept saying that she always buy this when she was young. So apparently it's a deep fried bread. So in order for it to be nice, you have to control how long it actually stays within the oil. So let's see. Wow. Exterior is actually not really that oily, still very crispy. Inside is a mixture of mangkuang. Overall, it's a pretty good snack, although it's a little bit unhealthy because it's deep fried. Really good. Do check them out if you are here. Definitely worth a try. Based on what Bonnie said, it's only available here at Air Itam and at this store. Nowhere else you can get this bread. So it's now almost 6 PM and we are walking to Chulia Street, a street that has some local roadside store.
If I'm not wrong, that's the oldest streets in Penang. Behind me is another Penang street art. Some fun fact about this lane called Love Lane. In the olden days, the rich men will find their mistress here. So this street art is about the rich man coming out from the window to hide from his wife.
We are now at Chulia Street and the first thing we ordered is the wonton noodles. Interesting thing about this place is that we are right beside the road and the cars are coming in and out of this road and then we are just sitting at the side. Let me taste the wonton noodle. This is like the sweet version of the wonton noodle. The noodles is very chewy, very smooth, a little bit oily and it's actually pretty good. Let me try the wonton. Wonton is also not bad, a little bit salty, also a very smooth texture. All in all, I like the texture of the noodles as well as the wonton. It's like there's a layer of oil on it, makes it very silky smooth. So as the stores that we are trying to eat from is pretty far away, we have to shift to the next area down the street.
At Chulia Street, when you pick a table, you actually need to order the drinks because the table belongs to the drink store. So we ordered another drink. We got lime Assam and then we ordered the Char Teow again and a popiah. If I'm not wrong, they are using charcoal to stir fry the Char Teow. I don't think it has the wok hei that Sean is searching for. Let me try the popiah. The popiah is rather small and inside of the popiah is turnip. Then they actually put some tofu. It's lighter in flavor. The taste is all coming from the sauce. Lastly, I will taste the lime juice. The well, at the bottom is the sour plum. Then the top part is the lime. That's why they call it Assam lime. Assam is for the sour plum. Wow, this is refreshing. Very good for a weather like this.
We are now at Mugshot Cafe because dinner was somewhat disappointing. I expected more out from Chulia Street. But anyway, we are now here and they sell very delicious looking cake. Once we entered the cafe, we saw there's a lot of different types of cake available and it's very hard to choose one. We ended up ordering the devil chocolate. It looks very, very rich in chocolate. It's like a very rich chocolate pound cake with very thick chocolate cream. So obviously it's very sweet. If you are having this, I would suggest that you order a iced Americano to pair it with. But it's very nice though. The next thing we ordered is the croissant. It looks very glazy, shiny. That's why we ordered it. Let me taste how good it is. Very buttery. Slightly crispy. I expected it to be a little bit more crispy. The cake is a little bit expensive here. It costs about 20 to 30 RM, but it's pretty huge. As you can see, the chocolate cake that we've ordered is actually really huge. So compare it with my face from my head. We're just done having our dessert and it was great. It's a little bit too huge though. If you are visiting Chulia Street, we highly recommend eating the wonton noodles and then going over to the Mugshot Cafe to have dessert. Just this morning, we will be heading to eat dim sum at my favorite place in Penang, a restaurant called Er Dai. So it's only like a 6 minutes walk and Bonnie is very happy that we don't need to sit a Grab there. So it means that we can eat more dim sum later. We'll see you at the dim sum restaurant. We have finally got a table and the interesting thing is that they will give you a slip of paper like this where they actually keep track of what you have taken. You are supposed to take a tray and go up to the front and select your food there. So there's like 3 different sections. So one is the steam section, the other one is the buns and porridge section, and then there's also the fried sections where they sell a lot of fried entree. A lot of selections and we are spoiled for choices. There's only 2 of us and we ordered about 8 dishes. So yeah, let's dig in. The other interesting thing is that when they serve you the tea, they give you a pot of hot water where you will use it to wash your cups as well as the utensils, so a little bit more hygienic. So I'll first try the siu mai.
How is the siu mai?
Pretty good, it's very fresh and the meat is very juicy. We waited quite long for the fried entree section, so a lot of this food is a little bit cold but it's still very nice, very tasty. How's the deluxe version?
Don't they have much tea?
I think it just add 1 more prawn on top. Next, I will try the fried prawn beancurd skin. Dip it with a little bit of their chili. Let me try it now. It's freshly fried. It's not really very oily. Very crispy exterior and The inside has some fish cake and prawn. This is one of their specialty, is the yusa pao. Very saltish, sweet, bit warm. Very good, very high in calories also, but it's worth it. You have to try this when you are here. So Bonnie is now trying the bitter gourd yong tau fu.
I personally like bitter gourd, so tastes pretty good.
This is the char siu pao. You can see it has the char siu filling inside. The exterior is a bit fluffy, a bit thick, so maybe it should be quite sweet. Let me taste it. I'm not sure it's because it's really cold. The exterior is slightly hard. The char siu actually complements the bread really well. Even though the bun is a bit thick, but it still brings out the flavor. I find it's quite nice also. So it will be probably better if it's slightly hotter. So moving on.
Next, I'm going to try the yong tau fu. I thought this will be the Chinese style yong tau fu, but this is actually a egg tofu.
Yeah, you can see that it's like those egg tofu that you buy in a supermarket. It's quite special because most of the time the yong tau fu is actually just the normal white color tofu stuffed with the fish paste, but this is actually the egg tofu version. Our very last one is this char siu sole, which is a pastry with char siu. The char siu is the same as the one in the pao, but the exterior is different because it's like a pastry-like skin. Oh, the char siu is a bit different from what we had before. I feel like the char siu has some kind of a wine taste. Very different from the char siu pao.
I think they added salted egg.
It goes to show that they really tweak their recipe based on the different kind of texture. So definitely come here if you're in Penang. It's one of the best dim sum place.
Yeah.
We have ate quite a lot of dim sum previously, so this is the one that we always come back. It's called Er Dai Dim Sum restaurant. It's beside a cemetery. Fun fact. The other interesting thing is that if you are done drinking the tea and you want to top up, it's actually self-service, so they have some hot water by the side where you can actually take the hot water and refill your tea.
So the theory of dim sum is supposedly you should be very chill and relaxed, and then you just sip a tea after a small piece of dim sum. So you can just refill how many times you want.
Probably not on a busy day because everybody will be staring at you. We will finish up our food and we will head to our next attraction. We'll see you there. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Just now lunch was at Wong restaurant. In total we ordered 4 dishes and they are roasted pork with bitter gourd, sliced fish bihun soup, fish hor fun, and their signature tofu.
I like the sliced fish hor fun the most. Even though it's hor fun, it's actually not stir-fried hor fun kind of dishes. It's chi chong fan alike. And then the sliced fish is very fresh.
Overall, their dishes are above average in taste. We went there around 11:30 AM. There wasn't much of a crowd, but after that, people start to flock in. Do be there early if you do not want to wait.
Do take note that the restaurant is only open for breakfast and lunchtime.
So as per the usual, after we are done having a meal, we would head to have dessert. We are currently at Higher Ground Cafe. This cafe has a very nice vibe to it. It has a lot of those exposed brick walls, kind of like a warehouse sort of a theme. We ordered 2 cakes and a drink, and the first cake is the tiramisu cake. You can see that the tiramisu cake is really very nice. It looks a bit like melted cheese. It's a very nice visual effect to it. Let's see if the taste is as good as it looks. Pretty good. It has a lot of texture. You have the texture of the powder on top, the mushy center layer, and then the moist cake at the bottom. But don't think any of their cakes have any alcohol, so you might be missing a very crucial element to tiramisu. It's still good. Next is the matcha cheesecake. So this matcha cheesecake looks pretty nice as well. It has 2 layers, 2 different colors. I'll take both the colors. It has a thin matcha taste and still taste the cheese. Quite a good combination between the matcha and the cheesecake. Overall, it's probably just an above average cheesecake. The tiramisu is much better. And lastly, the drink. This is their Ice Americano. Fits really well with the sweet dessert. We have just visited the Blue Mansion, which is about a 3-minute walk from here. You can come here to escape the heat and try out their dessert, the tiramisu.
And we are now in a Penang coffee shop that sells famous char kway teow, and the raw bar is also quite nice. We have ordered a plate of different entrees. We have the raw bar, which is the ngoh hiang in Singapore. the popiah, then the Chinese sausages. There's also a fish ball here. The famous entrees for this store is the fried pork cutlet plus the fried stingray. Let me try the stingray. Usually Penang loba, they actually come with this sauce. It will make the entrees very smooth. And then the typical chili sauce. The stingray is very thick and fresh as well. Let me try the pork cutlet. The pork cutlet is similar to those that we can find in the Cantonese curry rice store because it's dipped with the lobak sauces. It actually brings out a different taste. Lastly, let me try the lobak. The store owner actually include yam in the lobak recipe. We actually add another layer of flavor to the lobak.
And now I'll try the allegedly best char kway teow in Penang. I have very high expectations. When we are seated here, the store is actually right behind me and the aroma of the char kway teow keeps coming in and we need to wait about 10 minutes for it. This is the char kway teow that we are searching for. It's slightly charred and the flavor is just perfect. The duck egg actually gives a very nice texture to it. The aroma is very good also. Definitely come to this store while you're here in Penang. I just overheard the queue is 1 hour long. Be here early if you want to eat this. Very good.
The owner of the table is actually belong to the drink store.
We are just done visiting the It's time to get fed. Yeah, it's